right, well, guess what? Our first guest is here.
Yeah.
Actually, he's our only guest tonight. He's our old friend. And it's been a long freaking time. Let's welcome him back to the show. I can't believe it's been 3 freaking years. Kevin Wood, where the hell have you been, my friend?
Oh, man. Has it been 3 years? I can't believe it.
3 years.
I've been here, but I'm in Seattle right now. Actually, heading to a rehearsal. I've got a show up in Everett this weekend on Saturday night. If anybody listening is in the Seattle area, Malfunkshun is playing up at Tony V's Garage Saturday night.
That's awesome. It's good to see you guys are playing, man. It's you guys what like once a year you guys do a show now? Like
yeah, well, once a year, twice a year. It's it's something that if you want us to play, let us know. We'll come out if the terms are right and the money's good. We'll come out and play. We'll rock your ass off for you. And it's a service we provide. I guess maybe a lot of people just don't know about it or something. We don't get hit up very often, but I'm still doing it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny because it was like, I guess it was a month and a half ago. I was interviewing another Seattle guy, Brad Sinsel from TNT, and you popped in my head, and I'm like, Kevin, like I haven't freaking talked to Kevin in forever, and that's when I reached out to you because I saw you guys were playing. So, like, do you know Brad? Do you have any like TNT memories?
I do have TNT memories. I don't know him personally, but I was a big fan of TNT. I had a tape that I absolutely loved. I still have it of them. It was live for KISW, I think, in the 80s or late. It was a long time ago. But anyway, I loved the songs. I loved that band. That was a great band. I didn't know them personally, but I looked up to them because I think they were a little bit older than me at the time, a little bit more, they made the scene. Actually, they paved the way for a lot of bands. It was a great band, TNT. I just love those guys.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, something I didn't realize in the times that we've talked and as I was going through your Facebook and stuff like that, and it made me think, like, I didn't realize that you're a father. I didn't know you had children.
Oh, yeah, my kids are my son just turned 29. My daughter just turned 27. Yeah, I'm a father, but I'm not doing the dad stuff anymore, because they're all grown up.
Do they follow in the musical footsteps of you and Andy, or?
No, heck no. My son is a pilot and my daughter is working in the medical field. So they didn't follow in my footsteps. They I don't know. I think the bloodline stops here, unless I have some cousins I don't know about. Or kids
funny.
I don't know about.
That's cool though. Do they realize the impact that you and Andy put on like the musical scene out there?
Yeah, they've grown up with it and they know. And when they want to impress their girlfriends or boyfriends, they mention it. But they've got their own lives, and time goes by, and you get busy doing your thing, and I'm proud of them both. They're both doing really well.
That's awesome. So now with Malfunkshun, from the last time we talked, you have a new singer now, and actually, I guess he's been in the band for a couple of years now.
Yeah, Jeff. Jeff Stark. He's singing for us now. He's been around for probably 3 or 4 years now. Actually, last summer we just got done recording with him a bunch of songs for an EP, and we're getting we're trying to get it mixed and mastered, and we had a deal there for a little while. It was going to be picked up, but it fell through, and we've still got it in the can. We're ready to go with it. Just the final mixing and mastering and production needs to be put together. But yeah, he's great, and he does the old songs just tons of justice.
That's awesome.
He's a great singer, great guy too. I love him.
Yeah, it was funny because as I saw somebody called you guys the Hall & Oates of Seattle.
Yeah.
Too
well,
funny.
I'm in Seattle right now, and as a matter of fact, it's kind of a trip because it's been a while. Had no idea this place had changed so much. I live in Northern California now, and that's where I've been basing the operations out of. but this is still home, and we get better gigs here than anywhere else. We have, the long time support of the crowd and the people who know and the people who were there, and so, it's always great coming back and being able to light it up for these guys and, do my thing.
Is it kind of like kind of almost like a time warp? Because I know, like here in Philly, there's a couple bands from back in the '80s that have gotten back together over the last few years, and when I go out, for me, it's like being like a kid again. Like the one band, like my all-time favorite band, and every time I see them, I still feel 16 years old. I mean, do people come up to you and say like, dude, I still feel like that 16-year-old kid seeing Malfunction back in the day?
Oh yeah, sure. People come up to us and with tears in their eyes after they hear us play and see the show, and they, I mean, it's uncanny the amount of influence and the amount of impact the music has had on people. People are moved by it, and the songs are great. I mean, these songs were written in the early to mid '80s, a lot of them, and people love them, and they still have legs. It's just great material, and I'm proud to have been there and put it together with Andy, and we just we had something really special there for a good long time back in the day.
Sure, and it's still special.
Yeah, it is, and I'm still doing the same thing that I've always done. It's just a new singer, new drummer, new bass player, whatever. It's all the same, and the most important thing is to keep it the same. It's got to have the same energy, the same vibe. And it really does translate. We have new material, and we do some covers. We're going to pay homage to the Mother Love Bone catalog, and people love that, and it's just and it's a lot of fun just to get up there and blow doors for a while.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, kind of a scary thought too. Like, I mean, it's almost coming up on like the 40th anniversary of Malfunction. Like, do you think you'll put together something special for 40 years?
I had no idea it's gonna 40 years. That's scary, man. But I guess maybe we'll have to think of something special for that.
Yeah, I mean, because when I was reading the thing, it was like, was it Easter of 1980? So I think like Easter night was it 2020? I think that'd be something.
That's coming up.
In the blink of an eye, it'll be here, Kev.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Oh boy. So something I was thinking of too, like with the way the music industry is today, did you ever think like if Andy didn't pass, do you think it would still, like, he would be doing, because everybody's doing multiple projects. I was thinking to myself, would Andy be doing Mother Love Bone, Malfunction, solo, like just being a creative force?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He even though he got real busy there with Mother Love Bone, that took off for him. He was never gonna give up Malfunction. It was always, well, I got this, because he was multifaceted. He was doing solo shows and doing his own, making his own solo releases during Malfunction as well. So, yeah, had he lived, who knows what would happen. I know that he loved to create, and he was a muse, and he brought people in and created with them, and his talent was something that him being my brother, I lived with it, and he was uncanny in his ability to create. It was really something miraculous.
Yeah. Amazing stuff. You both did.
What's that?
Amazing stuff you both created.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you. A lot of the times it gets lost. Andrew, having died and having been so, loved and cherished by so many people, people don't realize that we created together these amazing songs. So, but, I love Andy just like everybody else does, and I'll never take anything away from his amazing ability to put stuff together and delight the crowd. You know, having him on stage for me, playing next to him, had he not even been my brother, was definitely one of the most exhilarating things I've ever experienced. Just being able to share that energy and be, you know, by the Central Tavern right now in Seattle, and it brings back memories of being on stage in there, back before Pioneer Square turned into like this, you know, open urinal. But, you know, it's bringing back memories. I'm driving through Seattle right now when I'm talking to you, going by the Central Tavern.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. How awesome is that? That's crazy, isn't it?
Now, and how about like another sad subject? It was, you know, the Chris Cornell suicide last year. Like,
man,
like from as a fan, you know, I sit back and I just think to myself, like, you know, all these. I mean, let's face it, they're icons of that era that are gone now. And I'm just like, what? I mean, what happened? I mean, for somebody like you who was, you know, friends with these people, you know, worked with these people, knew these people, like, your head must spin at times. Like, what the frig happened?
I know, Chris. That was just so unbelievable because of the last time I talked to him, he seemed like he had his shit together, and it was, you know, he had everything to live for. We talked about his family. We talked about old times. We had a good. Yeah, he played a show up in Santa Rosa, and I live not too far from there in California, and went backstage, and we just hung out for a while and reminisced, and then next thing I know, this tragedy occurs. It's just mind blowing. I can't say that I was super close with the guy or have any idea what was going on to make him do that, but gosh, you know, it's crazy. It's just nuts. It's just so sad. You know, he was so good.
Yeah.
He was another guy that really, I mean, talk about an ability to create, an ability to move a crowd and just pull it out. Man, he was masterful.
Sad. It's just a sad situation all the way around. It really is.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So, he's sorely missed.
So going back to Malfunkshun, you mentioned you had a deal. Was that with the EMP label I saw, or it fell through?
Yeah.
Or?
We had something going on with him for a while there, and I don't know. I never heard back. You know, I don't think I should probably speculate as to what happened, but you know, maybe it'll get picked back up, maybe it won't. But yeah, it seemed like it was promising there for a little while. But you know, I've been around the block enough to know that you know things happen. Money dries up, things change, you know, things happen, you know, whatever.
Right.
I'm not like fretting about it. It's just like, yeah, well, whatever. I can self-release this stuff myself. I mean, I've done that. I'll put out a lot of stuff on my own anyway, and it's all good. It's nice to have a partner though with some deeper pockets though that kind of help things out. But you know,
yeah,
no harm done.
That's what I was going to say. Like, would you just end up putting out this EP yourself now, or if it doesn't get back on, or?
Yeah. I'm prepared to do it myself. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a guy earlier this afternoon that had a great contact for me, and somebody who can you know lend a hand getting it mixed and produced. So I'm in good shape. I can say,
cool.
Hey, it's almost 40 years, so I can wait another. You know, I can't wait another few months or whatever. Like you know, I've got things going on. I love playing guitar, and it's like you know, I've got a life, and I never put the thing down. Hey, if I'm working on a jazz standard, or I'm working on learning a Merciful Fate tune, or whatever, I'm happy just playing the damn thing. So, yeah.
Now, which I was going to say that. Now, the new music that you're going to release, is it like classic Malfunkshun? Is it like really new stuff? Is it heavy? Because I know like in some of the text messages that we've shared over the years, we've talked about like Judas Priest and metal and stuff like that you're into. So I was like, what direction is the music going to be in?
Well, it's you know, I love the old metal stuff, and I you know, I can't get enough of it. But when I end up writing something, it usually ends up sounding like something I wrote. So it's malfunction. So and it's the same thing that, you know, when I was in Devilhead or you know, Fire Ants or whatever, you know, what I write is what I write, and I take a little bit from here and a little bit from there. Whatever I'm into at the time ends up being in one of my songs. So it always is heavy, it always is loud, but it might have something in it that'll perk your ear up and go, wow, I've never heard that before, you know, in a good way. So, and it's all multi-guitar overdub stuff, you know, like harmonized. And so, you know, now though, I have a guy that's doing my rhythm parts, and so the live show is it's more like the records. And because even back in the old days, in the early Malfunkshun, that Back to Olympus stuff was all multi-guitar. So, you know, and being, you know, having one guitar on stage, I was never able to recreate it, but now it's a different thing. I got a guy that's just totally happy to do that. And he, you know, he's not like biting at the reins saying, hey, let me play some solos, you know, which was always, you know, bone of contention with second guitar players, you know.
Right.
Not to say that I'm the best in the world, but, you know, it is kind of my band, so, you know, whatever.
Right. Now, did you have another project going on, too, that I saw, like Hippie Glitz or something? Is it?
Yeah, oh, yeah, Hippie Glitz. I was in Hippie Glitz for probably 5 or 7 years, and my buddy Marty and Jeremy and Matt, we played in Kitsap County forever. We played a few times in Seattle, and we put out some stuff, and you know, it didn't really fly. It was a hell of a lot of fun though, and some of those songs, I think I'm going to pull some of them out and then redo them, do them some more justice.
Nice.
But yeah, Hippie Glitz was great. I actually sang lead vocals in that band. And played lead guitar and lead vocals.
Oh,
but
cool.
my buddy Marty shared lead guitars. We get along great, Marty and I, and so there was no like bone of contention there about hey, my solos or whatever. But yeah.
So before, like when you went through the singer change, then did you ever think of taking over the vocals yourself?
Yeah, actually, I did take some lessons, some vocal lessons there for a while, and I sing a couple of the songs in the set, and a couple of our releases like Journey and Cautionary Tales, I'm singing those, and but I'm nothing compared to Jeff. I mean, that guy's got some pipes, and he's a singer. I'm a guitar player who can sing a little bit, and my range is very, very small compared to his. I'm just happy to let him take those vocals and just run with them.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So, all right. So everybody, Saturday night, Tony V's Garage in Everett, Washington. Yep. Go out, see Malfunkshun.
Go there.
Rock. And say hi to Kevin.
Go there and yeah, please do come and say hi because I want to meet everybody and I want to say hi and hear about the old stories and reminisce and rock some, rock some worlds, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kev, dude, great catching up with you, man. I know you got to get to practice. Let's maybe like try to like get together again like before the 40th anniversary.
Okay, you got a deal, buddy.
It's good hearing from you, man. Let's keep in touch.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for having me on. It's always a pleasure, and let's continue.
Always, man. Always, man. Take care.
Okay. Okay, you too. Bye.
Alrighty, there he goes.
Yeah.
Kevin Wood, Malfunkshun. That's friggin' awesome. I love that dude. Such a good dude.
Dude, I'm sitting here and I'm like, you got me thinking like who's dead and who's still alive? Like go down the list, right? Andrew, Chris, Kurt, Lane, all gone.
Yeah,
right?
I know. It's
Mike Starr from Alice in Chains, Shannon from Blind Melon, Kristen from Hole, Scott Weiland, Doug from Gin Blossoms, John from Mad Season, all dead.
I mean, that's like fucking breathtaking, isn't it? Like all the people that are gone.
Somebody better fucking be Eddie Vedder's needs a new bodyguard. Like somebody better be on him 24/7. Like, oh man, that's crazy. That's Bradley from Sublime,